Students, today I will discuss about Gauss divergence theorem. Okay, in the last class we have discussed about Green's theorem. So two theorems are left. One is Gauss divergence theorem and another is Stokes theorem. Okay, so now we will discuss Gauss divergence theorem in this video, and in the next video I will discuss about Stokes theorem. And then this vector calculus portion will be completed. Now I will move to Fourier series then. Okay. And after finishing all the topics, I will do previous year questions for JAM, JEST and GATE NET also. Okay, so don't worry. So please subscribe my channel and follow each and every video so that you can prepare yourself most of the topics that I am going to discuss here. Okay. So let me talk about this Gauss divergence theorem. Okay. So what is the statement of this theorem? So let us V the volume bounded by a closed surface S. Okay. So whenever there is a volume, the volume will be obviously bounded by the surface S. And A is a vector function of position with continuous derivatives. Okay. So if there is a surface, okay. So let me take something like a hemispherical surface. You can take like something like this. We'll encounter this thing later on. Okay, so you can take this kinds of thing also. So this is just like this is the hemispherical circle. Okay, hemispherical surface. Okay, and V is the volume bounded by a closed surface S. Okay, and if you talk about this closed surface, then you have to complete this sphere. You have to complete this sphere. Okay, so this is the total closed volume V, which is actually here enclosed by this surface S, and A is a vector function of position with continuous derivative. So if here exists a vector function A also in this region, then this volume integration, that is divergence A dV, will be equal to A dot n cap ds, where n cap is the outward drawn normal to S. Okay, so n cap is what? N cap is outward drawn normal to S. So and how can you choose this outward drawn normal? Okay, so if suppose this is a surface, so if there is a closed surface, then obviously if this is a closed surface like sphere, something like that, if this is there is closed surface, then the outward drawn normal will be something like this. Okay, this will be the outward drawn normal. But the problem is this kinds of situation. Let me draw here also. Okay, if so there is a closed surface, then the outward drawn normal will be like this. Okay, will be like this. But the problem is that if you talk about the open surface, then how can you choose the outward drawn normal? Suppose this is my open surface. So for open surface, the outward drawn normal may be along this side or maybe along this side also. Suppose if we have a open surface like flat surface, let me choose a flat surface. So you cannot tell which is the outward drawn normal, because outward drawn normal may be along this side or maybe along this side. Okay, so in that case, how you have to choose? So you have to choose how you have to choose this n cap. So in that case, you have to see the direction of the boundary of this surface. Okay, so how you can choose the boundary of this surface? So if you walk along this periphery or along this boundary of this surface, so this is the surface here, open surface, and this is the boundary. Okay, this is the boundary. So you have to walk in such a way that your left hand will be always on the side of this surface, the inner side of this surface, this region. Okay, so you can see here, let me draw it again. You can see here, if suppose this is surface, flat surface, let me take any kinds of surface you can take. If this is a flat surface, then what will happen? If you walk from this point to this point along this direction, along anti-clockwise direction, then you can see your left hand will be always along this side. That means along the region. Okay, where the surface is here. So in that case, what you have to do in such a way you have to work that your left hand will be always in the region of R, and in that case your head will be the direction of n cap. So if you walk along this side, then where will be your head? Your head will be along this side. So this will be your n cap. This will be n cap. Okay. So this is how you should choose the n cap for open surface. But for closed surface, obviously the outward normals will be very easy. Okay. But for open surface, you have to choose in this way. You have to walk along the boundary of the surface in such a way so that your left hand will be along this side, along the region, okay, along the surface. So your head will be directed along the n cap. Okay. So this is the Gauss divergence theorem, and this is the statement. Okay. So we don't need to prove this theorem, because in competitive exam always questions are asked from this theorem. Okay. So let me solve one question so that you can understand how you should apply this theorem. Okay. So this is the problem. Verify the divergence theorem for A vector is equal to 4x I cap minus 2y square j cap plus z square k cap taken over the region bounded by x square plus y square is equal to 4, z is equal to 0 and z equal to 3. Okay. So how you should do this? So you have to verify the divergence theorem, and we have from the divergence theorem, that is volume integration divergence A dv is equal to surface integration A dot n cap ds. Okay, and this is the diagram. You can see here, this is the diagram. So here x square plus y square is equal to 4. This is the circle, and this is the S1 surface, you can see, and this, and z is equal to 0 and z is equal to 3. So this is z is equal to 0 is S1 surface, and z is equal to 3 is S2 surface, and x square plus y square is equal to 4. This is the circle, x square plus y square is equal to 4, and it will vary from z is equal to 0 to z is equal to 3. So that means this cylindrical surface, this curved surface, is represented by this x square plus y square is equal to 4. So here are 3 closed surfaces, you can see 3 open surfaces, but these 3 surfaces together form a closed surface. One is z is equal to 0 here, okay, and another is, this is along the on the xy plane, z is equal to 0, and this is parallel to xy plane, that is z is equal to 3, and this is the x square plus y square is equal to 4. Okay, so we have to find out the surface integration for all the 3 surfaces and volume integration for this region. Okay, and we have to prove that this left hand side, that is the volume integration, will be obviously equal to this surface integration. So let me first find out the left hand side. Okay, so left hand side is just the volume integration. So first you have to find out divergence A. Okay, so let me do it. So divergence A means del x of ax, del y of ay. Okay, this is the component ax, this is component ay, and this is component az. So you will have just del x of ax means 4x, okay, plus del y of minus 2y square plus del z of z square. Okay, and we have to integrate this function on dx dy dz. Okay, Cartesian coordinate dv means dx dy dz. Okay, so now we will have just, this is 4 del x 4x, this is minus 4y, and this is 2z. Okay, and dx dy dz. Now we have to choose a limit. So you can see here limit of z is very simple, that is z is equal to 0 to z is equal to 3. So we can put the limit of z here, z is equal to 0 to 3, and now we have to put the limit of y. Okay, so this y square is equal to 4 minus x square, so y will be plus minus root over 4 minus x square. So the limit of y will be minus root over 4 minus x square to plus root over 4 minus x square. And now if we put y is equal to 0 here, then we will have x square is equal to 4, so x is equal to again plus minus 2, so x will vary from minus 2 to plus 2. So this is the limit of x actually, and this is the limit of y. So first we have to integrate this function with respect to z. Okay, so if you integrate with respect to z and then put the limit z is equal to 0 to z is equal to 3. Okay, because z is independent here, actually z is not mixed with y or is constant, so you can easily find out the integration of z. So this 4 into dz, that means 4z, it will be just 4z, okay, minus 4yz minus 4yz and plus 2z square by 2, that means simple z square, and your limit of z will be from 0 to 3 and 2 integration will be as it is. So the limit of y will be minus 4 minus x square to plus 4 minus x square, okay, and the limit of x will be minus 2 to plus 2. Now you have to put the limit of z here, okay, so it will be just minus 2 to plus 2 and integration minus root over 4 minus x square to root over 4 minus x square, and then it will be 4 into 3, so it will be 12, okay, minus this is also 4 into 3, so it will be 12 minus 12y, okay, 12 minus 12y, and then z square remains 9, okay, so it will be just minus 2 to plus 2 integration minus root over 4 minus x square to 4 plus x square, sorry, minus 4 minus x square to 4 minus x square, and 12 plus 9 into 21, so 21 minus 12y into, sorry, here this will be dy and dx, so this will be as it is, dy dx, and this is also dy dx. Okay, now we have to integrate this. Okay, so what we have integration minus 2 to plus 2 integration minus root over 4 minus x square to plus root over 4 minus x square into 21 minus 12y, yes, 21 minus 12y into dy dx. So now we have to integrate with respect to y, then at last with respect to x. So if you integrate here, you can see this y is the odd function, actually y dy here, so y is odd function. So when we integrate this y dy, it will be 0, because here limit is minus 4 minus x square to plus 4 minus x square, that is minus a to plus a f of x dx, and this kinds of integration you have done in your 10 plus 2 level, and this y dy is equal to 0 for odd function. Okay, so the only integration will be 21y, so it will be minus 2 to plus 2, and it will be 21y, okay, into dy dx, but limit will be here for 20y, and the limit will be just minus 4 minus x square root of 2 plus 4 minus x square root of, and only dx. So now the integration will be with respect to x, so it will be just minus 2 to plus 2, okay, and here 4 minus x square minus 4 minus x, 2 into 4 minus root over 4 minus x square, it will be when you put the limit here, so 2 into 1 into 2, that means 42, okay, and 42 into root over 4 minus x square into dx, so it will be just 42 into integration minus 2 to plus 2 root over 4 minus x square. Okay, now you can see here this is minus a to a, and this is just even function. Now even function, so you can use the property of definite integration, that integration 2 integration 0 to 2, so it will be 2, and 2 into 42 it will be 84, so it will be 84 into integration 0 to 2, and it will be now 4 minus x square dx. Now you can solve this integration by putting x is equal to 2 sin theta. Okay, now if you put x is equal to 2 sin theta, then your dx will be just 2 cos theta d theta. Okay, so and your limit will be 0 to pi by 2 now. So if you put x is equal to 0, then theta will be 0, and if x is equal to 1, it 2, then sin theta will be 1, so theta will be pi by 2. So your limit of this integration will be now what? So now your integration will be just 84 into integration 0 to 2, so 0 to pi by 2, and then it will be root over 4 minus x square means 4 sin square theta, into dx means 2 cos theta d theta, and it will be now, so 4 if you take common 4, okay, so it will be just 84, this 2 and this 2, so 1 2 will be here, and here will be 2 cos theta, and here will also be 2 cos theta, so 4 cos square theta. Okay, so 1 2 is here and 2 cos square theta is here. Okay, and this is from 0 to pi by 2 d theta. So now if you do this integration, we can find this 2 cos square theta means 1 plus cos 2 theta. So it will be 84 into 2 into 1 plus cos 2 theta d theta, integration 0 to pi by 2. Okay, now this term will be 0, integration 0 to pi by 2 cos 2 theta d theta. You can easily find out this will be 0. So your integration will be 84 into 2 into pi by 2. Okay, so it will be just 84 pi. So it will be just 84 pi. So your volume integration is 84 pi. Okay, so this will be just 84 pi. 84. Now what you have to do? You have to do just now surface integration. Okay, the surface integration, we have to do surface integration for these 3 surfaces. For z is equal to 0, z is equal to 3, and this curved surfaces. Okay, so now let me do the surface integration here. Okay, so surface integration a dot in cap ds, this can be written as first surface S1 surface. For S1 surface we can write it as a dot in cap ds1 plus surface integration for S2 surface. So we have to take for S2 surface as a dot n cap ds2, and then we have to take for S3 surface, and that is a dot n cap ds3. Okay, so now let me see for what is S1 surface. So S1 surface is this is S1 surface actually. For z is equal to 0 here, and here n cap is along this direction, this is outward normal, so it will be minus k cap. So n cap is minus k cap because this is plus z axis, so this will be minus z axis. Okay, so for S1, for this integration, what we have S1, okay, here z equal to 0 and n cap is equal to just minus k cap. But when you put z is equal to 0, then this term will vanish. So it will be just 4x I cap minus 2y square j cap. It will be just a vector will be just 4x I cap minus 2y square j cap. There is no k cap. So when you take a dot n cap, this term, it will be 0. So a dot n cap will be 0. That means this surface integration will be 0. Okay, now let me see this integration. This is also easy because z is equal to 3. Let me take, I have taken this as S2 actually. if you see our s2 is this, z is equal to 3 s2. Okay, so let me take this integration for z is equal to, for s2 z is equal to 2. Okay, and for z is equal to 2, what will be your n cap? Again you can see here, now n cap will be along this direction. Okay, along that means k cap. Okay, so this is, you can see along k cap, so here n cap is k cap, n cap is equal to k cap. Okay, now what will be z is equal to 2 or 3? Let me check. Z is equal to 3. Okay, so it is 3. Yes. So now what will be a? So a will be 4x I cap, this term will be unchanged, minus 2y square j cap, and now the last term will be z square, that means 3 square, that is 9 k cap. So it will be just 9 k cap plus 9 k cap. Now when you take dot product, now a dot n cap, so this is n cap k cap, so k cap and k cap will be 1, so it will be 9 just, other term will be 0. So a dot n cap will be 9, so you can write now, so integration s2 a dot n cap ds ts2, that is obviously surface integration 9 ds2, so it will be 9 into surface integration ds2. Okay, and you can see here this surface, you can see, let me change the color first. Okay, so this surface, okay, this surface, and the equation of this surface is this, x square plus y square is equal to 4. That means this is the circle and the radius is 2. Okay, so if radius is 2, its radius square, that means a square is equal to 4. So integration ds2 is nothing but the area of this surface, and area of this surface is pi square, that means 4 pi, that means 4 pi, just pi square. Okay, so we can easily write down here ds2 is nothing but 4 pi, so it will be 9 into 4 pi, so it will be 36 pi. Okay, so now we have to do the third integration, that is the third surface. Okay, that is this a dot n cap ds3, and for s3 we have x square plus y square is equal to, we have the surface is x square plus y square is equal to 4, x square plus y square is equal to 4. What it mean? It means this surface, this curved surface. Okay, for this curved surface. Now for curved surface, you have to find out n cap first. Okay, so what will be your n cap? N cap will be just grad phi divided by mod grad phi. Grad phi divided by mod grad phi, and you can take phi over here as x square plus y square minus 4. So grad phi will be 2x plus 2x I cap plus 2y j cap divided by root over 4x square plus 4y square, that means 2 root over x square plus y square. So it will be, if you take 2 common, then it will be x I cap plus y j cap divided by what? Root over x square plus y square will be just 2, because x square plus y square will be 4, so root over x square plus y square will be 2. Okay, so this is n cap. Now you can easily find out a dot n cap. So let me write a. Okay, so a is nothing but 4x I cap minus 2y square j cap plus z square k cap. Okay, so now if you take the dot product of this and n cap, so n cap is here xi plus yj divided by 2. So what will be a dot n? So a dot n will be this into this, I cap I dot I equal 1, so 4x into x by 2, so it will be just 2x square, and for y by 2 into minus 2y square, that means y cube, so it will be 2x square minus y cube. So what will be your third integration? This is very interesting. that is a dot n cap into ds3. So third integration, that is on s3. So integration s3 a dot n cap into ds3 is nothing but surface integration a dot n cap is there 2x square minus y cube. So it will be 2x square minus y cube into ds3. This is your integration. Now let me see the diagram. Okay, what is ds3? So here we have taken ds3. So please see carefully. Here we can find this integration in two ways actually. If you want, you can take the projection method also, that I have already done in previous class. You can solve this problem by using projection method, and you can take the projection on xz plane or on xy plane. Okay, but let me do this problem in another way, that is by using the polar form. Okay, so what is the ds3? Here this you can see, this dotted line, these two circle you can see, and between these two circles there is a surface. Okay, and now if we take a small rectangle on this surface, this is the small rectangle. Okay, and this angle is just theta. Okay, this is the x-axis. So this is the radius, and this radius is 2. Okay, this radius is 2, and this angle is theta, which is making an angle with x-axis. Okay, so this is 2, and this angle is theta, and then between theta and theta plus d theta, okay, we have this rectangle. So for this rectangle, what will be its area? And the area of this rectangle is actually ds3. So what will be its area? If you take this length, it will be just 2 into d theta, because you know s is equal to r theta. So ds will be dl, you can say length, so it will be r into d theta, this length, and instead of r we have used 2, so 2 d theta. So this is the length. And if you talk about this breadth, then this is dz. This is along the z axis, this is dz. So it will be length into breadth, that means 2 d theta into dz. Okay, so this is ds3. Okay, so this is by using polar coordinate. You can do it in this way also, this problem. So let me do this problem in this way. But if you want, you can solve this problem obviously by using the projection method also, that I have already done, okay, previously. So what you have to do here, you have to put, instead of ds3, 2 d theta dz, and you can put this x and y in polar form. You can put this x as 2 cos theta and y as 2 sin theta. Okay, so that x square plus y square will be 4. So you have to put the polar form, keeping in mind this equation. Okay, so if you put x is equal to 2 cos theta and y equal to 2 sin theta, you can see this equation will be satisfied. So it will be what? So now the integration will be 2 into x square means 2 into 2x square. 2 into x square means 4 cos square theta. So it will be just 4 cos square theta minus y cube means what? X is equal to 2, that means 2 square 4 cos square theta, and y cube means 8 sin cube theta. Okay, 8 sin cube theta into ds3 means 2 into d theta into dz. Okay, so this is just, let me repeat it again. So 4 into 2 8, and 8 into 2, that means 16, you can see. So it will be 16 cos square theta minus 16 sin cube theta into d theta dz, into d theta dz. Okay, so now if you put the limit of z, okay, then it is very easy, because z is equal to, now let me see again, okay, the diagram. For limit also you can see the diagram. Okay, because if you want to take this whole surface, then this strip this strip should move from this point to this point. That means z is equal to 0 to z is equal to 3. This strip should move from this small rectangle should move from z is equal to 0 to z is equal to 3, and at the same time your theta should move from 0 to 2 pi. You can see here. So when theta will move from 0 to 2 pi, then this small rectangle will cover this whole area. Okay, and when z will vary from 0 to 3, then this whole surface, this whole curved surface will be covered. That means for the surface integration along this curved path, we have to take the limit of theta from 0 to 2 pi, and for z it will be 0 to 3. So if you take the limit of z, that is equal to 0 to 3, and theta will be 0 to 2 pi. Now if you integrate this expression, instead of dz it will be 3, because integration 0 to 3 dz will be z and it will be just 3. So you have to just multiply 3 with this equation. So it will be 0 to 2 pi into 48 cos square theta minus 48 sin cube theta. But this is odd power, this sin cube theta. Okay, and the limit is 0 to 2 pi, so this will always be 0. If you want, you can do. Okay, this will be always 0. But so the only term that will be left here is 48 cos square theta. So it will be just 48 into 0 to 2 pi cos square theta. Okay, now for cos square theta, if you split this 48 into 24 into 2, so here is 24 and here is 2, so that will be 24 into 2 cos square theta, means again 1 plus cos 2 theta, 1 plus cos 2 theta, and this will be integration 0 to, this will be d theta also, integration 0 to 2 pi. Now again you can write here, this is 0 to 2 pi cos 2 theta d theta, this will be always 0. So the only term will be again, that will be equal to 24 into 2 pi, so that means it will be 48 pi. So finally what we will get, this as 0. Okay, this is 0, this S2 as I think 36 pi, for S2 it will be 36 pi, and for S3, so this is 48 pi. Okay, this is 48 pi. Yes. So now what will be the total surface integration A dot n cap ds? If you add this, so it will be 36 pi plus 48 pi, and it will be 84 pi. And if you remember the volume, the result of the volume integration, that is also 84 pi, and the result of this also 84 pi. So you can easily tell divergence AdV is equal to A dot n cap ds, and this is nothing but the divergence theorem, Gauss divergence theorem. So it is verified now. This is, you can see the Gauss divergence theorem. Okay, so thank you.